American pastor with Maryville ties, abducted at gunpoint from his pulpit in South Africa last month, is now sharing his story with us.
I sat down with Josh Sullivan and his wife Megan, the parents of 6, now back in East Tennessee. They share the harrowing details about the kidnapping and the shootout that killed Sullivan's captors, but we're focusing tonight on his rescue and how he and his family put faith over fear.
It
was at a prayer meeting like this, April 10th, at Sullivan's Fellowship Church in Maryville Township, South Africa, when he was suddenly abducted at gunpoint. His wife Megan, a target too.
And once he hit me over the head with his gun, I knew this was not a normal robbery.
Did that knock you out?
Almost. My eyes went black for a minute, and I kind of was wondering what happened because I didn't see it coming. And then I heard my wife speaking to one of the other individuals. They were looking for the car keys, our car keys to our vehicle. And then I was on the ground after that.
I was like, oh, there's men here. And then I realized, oh, they have guns. and then I was like, oh, okay, we're gonna get robbed. We've been waiting for this. Not in a positive way, but you're just like, okay, this is happening. Yeah. But before I could even realize what was happening, one had grabbed me by the arm and yanked me up out of my seat. And I couldn't focus on what was happening in that room, but I knew one had Josh and one had me.
Sullivan was whisked away in his own car.
A very short drive, because they asked if my car had a tracker in it. Most of our vehicles have trackers just because of the nature of where we live. Mm-hmm. I told them yes, and they assumed that, so they had another car ready for me. They dropped my car off, put me in a different vehicle, put the hood over my head, and then just took me to the location. It was about a 20-minute drive to the location. I didn't know where I was going or where I was. I was trying to, which direction we headed, and I just couldn't figure it out.
You were taken to what's called a safe house.
Sure.
Were you there the whole time?
I was there the whole time.
A whole week?
6 days, 122 hours I was in there. They immediately took me into the back room, tied my hands and feet, and I just began to sit on the bed. That's all I did.
Sullivan knew the kidnappings for ransom are commonplace in the area near his church. Police were investigating, trying to find him.
Is this a good guy or a bad guy? And I didn't want to get out of the car because I was just scared, I guess. Yeah. He said, "It's okay, I'm the police, it's okay, it's okay." He put his gun down, he said, "It's okay," and he pulled me out of the car and hugged me. I began to cry, and he was trying to calm me down. And I just got on my hands and knees and just praised the Lord, just thanked the Lord and prayed.
The family now back in East Tennessee to rest and regroup with plans to go right back to South Africa, where helping to save souls is their life's work.
South Africa is where my heart is, and the Lord has just really done a work. 10 years ago, if you told me that I would feel this way, I'd be like, you're crazy. I'm from East Tennessee, and that's my home. But it was very hard to leave.
Now, more than ever, we feel that and understand more that South Africans need the gospel. We experienced evil. We did. We experienced evil, and there's evil people in this world. Mm-hmm. But Christ loves Jesus died for the whole world, and he just wants people to hear that message. And now more than ever, we understand that that's what God's called us to do, to go back to South Africa and to continue that work.
Again, his captors were killed. There was a gunfight, a shootout. He was in a car. They had taken him out of that safe house and put him in a car, still with the hood over his head, didn't know what was going on. He said it was the hand of God that saved his life. A true miracle. I have to mention this. You notice Pastor Sullivan's Tennessee Vol shirt, of course. Well, right after his rescue, the negotiator was talking with him. He's another missionary, trying to make sure he stayed calm. And he told him about the news that Nico Yamaleava had left UT. And Sullivan says, I don't know if that calmed me down, but I'm praying Nico does well in California.
That's
a little moment of levity there.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I do have to ask you this because it's something that really stuck out. You said you reported they're going back. They said they're going back to South Africa. Obviously, missionaries like the Sullivans depend on donations. So if there are people out there that would like to help, is there a way they can do that?
There's so many who prayed for their safe return and have asked, how can we help? There is a way you can help the mission. Sullivan and other missionaries like him do depend on donations, and we have a link or two on our website, wate.com. Also, real quickly, at 7:30 tonight, you can watch our entire interview on our new app, WATE 6 Plus.
Yeah, I definitely want to check that out.
Yeah.
All right, Lori, yeah, great interview, and boy, what a story, though. I mean,
So glad they're okay.
exactly.